Simon from blackprint.com, and we are filming another episode of Voices and Vibes. We are back in Nova Scotia, and we are with the beautiful Tiffany Young, and we are here to learn more about her business, Natural Butter Bar. Hey Tiffany, how are you?
I'm very good, Shereen. Thanks for having me tonight.
Thank you for being here. I'm so awkward sometimes. Sorry.
No worries.
So Tiffany, tell us about your business, Natural Butter Bar.
Yes.
That is very hard to say at times.
Say it 5 times fast.
Yeah, I tried at home. I tried before I got here. I'm like, I
Yes.
can't do this. I cannot say it too many times.
No.
Okay, so Natural Butter Bar.
Yes.
Got it.
You got it.
How long ago did you start your business?
We opened in December 2020, so it's been just over a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Good for you.
Still, a newbie.
Yes. Well,
Thank
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. And why did you get started?
Really, it was out of a personal need.
Okay.
I had decided.
Those are the best type of businesses,
Yes,
by the way.
yes, it is. Because you've already identified the gap for yourself, and
Yes.
you usually quickly find out that many others are in the same situation.
Yeah.
So I had decided to stop relaxing my hair, chemically processing it, and especially living here in the Maritimes, it's very hard to find the ready-made products that you need
Right.
to care for natural hair.
Okay.
So I was doing a lot of research, watching a lot of YouTube videos,
Yeah.
and started making my own products.
Oh wait, you just jumped right on in it. So before you started making your products, because the transition from perming your
Yes.
hair or relaxing your hair or whatever you want to call it, it's not always that easy.
No.
So what were you experiencing
Yes.
when you decided, hey, I'm about to transition?
Yeah.
And your hair looks extremely healthy, so we
Thank
know
you
what you're
very
doing is
much.
working. Yes.
you.
But what were you experiencing where you were like, okay, I gotta find something or I gotta make something?
Yes.
What were you experiencing?
Well, I'll even go back a little bit further. So when I was younger, my mom has very different hair texture than mine, so she had no idea what to do with it other than 1, 2, 3 braids. And
Nice.
after a while, you get older, you're like, can't wear this style anymore.
Yeah, so
I
you gotta
begged-
venture out.
Yes, I
Yes.
begged and begged her to relax my hair because
Okay.
that was the thing.
Yeah.
And so at 14, she finally did. And then in my early 20s, started, hearing a lot of things surrounding relaxers and how it's directly linked to causing cancer and
Yeah.
things like that.
It gets into our body,
Yes,
right?
it does. Seeps in through the scalp and the skin and, really impacts our health.
Yeah.
And then the other side was that I was, in your 20s, you're kind of figuring yourself out, learning, things about yourself, and just kind of realized I don't even remember what my natural hair
looks
is like, what it looks
Yeah.
like, what it feels like.
How to take care of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was not brave enough to do the big chop.
Okay.
So I
You
did
can
transition.
transition. There's no right way to
Yes,
do it.
no,
Everyone's
there
journey is
yes,
for them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So I chose to transition.
Okay.
So definitely did a lot of twist outs, braid outs to kind of hide the different hair textures and
Yeah.
things like that.
And before you did that, because I transitioned for less than a week, and then I was like, nah. Because before you started transitioning, you have a little bit of new growth.
Yes.
And then you almost have stringy ends.
Yes.
So did you have a lot of new growth and then all this
I had a small
Okay.
amount of new growth
Okay.
and then lots of waves. I think
anything like what you have now? Waves?
nothing
like this.
No,
Okay.
a lot looser.
Yeah, they are
yes,
looser. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, they are
I think
looser.
one thing that helped was that I did only relax my hair maybe 2 to 3 times a year.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't do the whole every 6
Girl, you weren't
weeks.
relaxing your hair. So only 2 to 3 times a year?
Yeah, so I really stretched it out. I would straighten it,
Yeah.
and then I would let it be curly
Okay.
for a while before I would then relax it.
But wait, okay. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't relax my hair anymore,
Yes,
obviously.
yeah.
But I think it's every 6 weeks. So you already had essentially a kinkier roots. Your roots were
I
already
did,
kinkier,
yes,
right?
yes.
Were you flat ironing it or
I
anything?
was, yes.
Okay.
So I would
Yeah.
flat iron
So
it.
there's a
and
little bit
then-
of damage
yes.
or heat being applied there as
damage,
well.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I do think that made my transition a bit easier because
Yeah.
I wasn't doing that every 6 weeks. It wasn't
Right.
as much of a drastic change.
Right.
In appearance. It was definitely a drastic change in feel
Yeah,
and
and
what
mentally.
the hair needed for care.
Oh, all of that too.
Yes, yeah. And so I had to do a lot of research. I grew up in predominantly white communities, so there wasn't
Did you grow
really...
up here in Nova Scotia?
Yes,
Okay.
here in Nova
So
Scotia.
you're a Scotian?
I am. My mom's actually from Jamaica.
Okay,
And my
okay.
dad is from Scotia.
Okay.
But I've lived all over, Halifax, Spryfield, Sackville,
Okay.
kind of done it all.
You're just naming places, girl.
Some people watching and listening will know.
Oh,
right?
true, true. She's from your hood. She's been to all your hoods.
So I didn't have a lot of peers or people that I could call on.
Okay.
My dad's side of the family, we didn't always live close, so the people that I would have normally relied on, I didn't have nearby.
Right.
So I pretty much was learning everything from scratch.
Yeah.
And
Wait, how long ago did you start transitioning?
So this would have been mid-20s, so I've probably been natural now for about 10 years, almost 10 years.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
but
but not a lot of people were transitioning about 10 years ago.
No,
either.
so
Yeah.
it was a lot of YouTube like influencers in the States especially. So like Natural 85.
Oh yeah, I love her.
Miss Bianca Renee.
Yeah.
So I was really like
Stop calling us girls. Just
So
follow us, girls. Follow us.
Right?
Yeah.
So I really did a lot of research, and there were things that I was like, I had no idea this stuff even existed. All I knew was relaxers and box braids. That was about it, right?
Yeah.
So I started experimenting with twist-oats, crochet styles for protective styles and things like that.
Yeah.
I've tried weaves in the past, but my scalp just doesn't like to be closed up that much, so that didn't work for me.
Yeah.
So
I used to wear weaves like that was really bad. Like every 2 weeks I was changing them.
Yes.
But it's different because braids you can keep it in there for as long as you need it, about a month or so.
Right.
Yeah. But for relaxers, you kind of want to keep it fresh. Or in your case, if you're flat ironing.
Right. Yes.
Okay. So you're going through this transition journey. You don't have because your hair is thick right now. You have beautiful. Yeah, you're welcome.
I got a lot of it.
Yes. So you're going through this journey. It's probably not as thick at that time, I'm guessing?
Or no, not the relaxed section. It was very much more manageable, as people would like to say.
I mean, our natural hair is manageable. It's just
you just have to learn how to do it. So at that point, that part of my hair was more manageable for me, because I hadn't quite figured out what my natural hair needed. And so I really did the twist outs saved me a lot, and then the crochet style. So I would just get somebody to cornrow it, and then I would crochet it myself. And so for anyone who doesn't know what that is, basically thinking of crocheting.
Our audience, they know.
And you basically crochet the hair in, and I loved that.
What was your preference, or what is your preference? Crochet, braids, natural? Do you have a preference?
I would say natural is usually my number one, because it's for me now, that's what takes the least amount of time.
Okay.
If I'm going to do a protective style, I will choose crochet.
Okay.
Reason being is I have so much hair that it gets really heavy if I do like single braids.
Oh yeah.
And then I did cut my hair this year, but before I cut it full length, it was to my waist. So by the time you add extension,
is that what you get from using your products?
Yes.
I'm coming back in a few months. Yes.
So I was like, by the time I add the extension to pass my hair, I was like, it's just, I couldn't even put it up in one ponytail. So crochet for me is the way to go because of that.
Okay.
But I'm so busy these days that wash and goes are my best friend.
Okay. So then you are experimenting with products that, are there a lot of hair shops? Or were there a lot of hair shops back then?
No. And most of the hair salons that were meant for black hair, they mainly knew relaxed hair. You know, that because at that time, I'm an 80s baby, so growing up in the 90s and whatnot, relaxers are just a thing. Here, yes.
Yeah. I meant more like, was there a huge product line available here to shop from?
Not really. It was very limited. I did a lot of my shopping when I would travel to Toronto, Montreal, the US. I always left space in my suitcase to stock up. Just for hair products.
Right.
And
some people do it for shoes.
Yes,
and I did
for hair products. And I mean, there were products that we're all familiar with, like the pink brand.
Oh yeah, girl.
Those kind of things.
Yeah.
But as I was researching and understanding natural hair care, I realized a lot of those products actually do not benefit our hair.
Yeah, and a lot of those
Yeah.
things on the back of the ingredients, we
Yes.
have no idea
What they are.
how to pronounce them.
And most of them are doing the exact opposite of what our hair needs.
Yeah.
They're sucking out all the moisture, they're coating it so that when you now add products that are beneficial, it
Yeah.
can't actually penetrate your hair shaft.
Yeah.
So you're like, my
And
hair's
you can
always
feel
dry,
it. You
you
can
know?
feel it, the
Mhm.
extra.
Yes.
I wanna
It
say
builds up.
Yeah, on
Yes.
your hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so as I was learning and researching, I was like, oh, well, there's really nothing here that I should even be using
Right.
in the first place. And so then the brands that I found were a lot cleaner and didn't have these ingredients in them. They weren't here in Nova Scotia or in the Maritimes.
Right.
And so I got tired of having to keep space for hair products,
Yeah.
you know, and then of course you run out.
Yeah.
And
Were you a
so-
mom as yet?
I wasn't a mom yet.
Okay. Yeah.
And so then I started experimenting and making my own things.
Nice.
And,
wait, so you've been making, not this particular product line for that long, but you've been making
But I've
hair
been
products.
making for probably the last 8 years.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
long time.
Yes, yeah.
And you only started this 2 years ago, girl?
I know.
You've been like their own like
If my
10
husband,
houses by now.
if my husband was here, he'd be giving me that
Yeah.
look, you know, because we've been married for 5 years.
Okay,
right? 5 years, but we've been together for almost 12.
Oh, wow.
And so he is a big
He can't
supporter
give you that
and-
look because he didn't come up with that idea years ago
No, but he's
either.
been pushing me to,
Oh, okay,
to
okay.
start this.
Give you the look,
So,
give you the
so
look.
yes.
Okay.
So yeah, but I was making my own things, and again, living in the Maritimes, it was very hard to source raw ingredients.
Yes.
So you know, I used the basics, whatever you could find in the grocery store. You know, the extra virgin coconut oil,
Yeah.
the avocado oil, things like that.
Yeah.
Shea butter was something that you could get.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there wasn't a whole lot. Again,
You could
when
get that
travel.
here, the shea butter?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
And there
good.
was a few places. You know,
yeah, okay.
some of the salons would usually
Yeah.
have a few tubs of
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's
But
true, that's
again,
true, yeah.
anybody traveling to Toronto, bring me back some
Yeah.
shea butter. You know that.
Somebody
kind of
just
thing.
bring back the
Yes.
suitcase, just bring back the importing from Toronto was serious.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then I just really was consistent and started really taking the time to apply what I had learned.
Right.
Saw a difference.
How long from the time you started
Mhm.
did you start actually noticing a change
Right.
in your hair? Because now you're still transitioning.
Yes.
So there's that part, and
Mhm.
sometimes it takes time for our hair to reset.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
So
and
true.
that's why like the big chop almost fast forwards it.
Yes, it
But when
does.
you're transitioning.
Definitely a lot longer.
Yeah.
And I wish I had kept track, because sometimes I
Approximately.
took that, you know, but
Yeah.
I would say it probably took me a good 2.5 years to 3 years
Yeah.
to fully feel like, okay, all of the relaxed hair is fully gone.
Yeah.
And not only gone, but the hair that's on my head is at its healthiest.
Right. And I guess you're slowly trimming as you go along,
exactly,
right?
yes, yeah. And then the last time I cut it, I cut like a good chunk, and then I did crochet styles for a while until it got
That
to
helps.
the length that I was comfortable with
Yeah.
and, you know, was happy to wear.
Okay, good.
So I'd say about 2 to 3 years it took
Oh,
me to
wow.
fully transition.
Okay. And were you very experimental with the different ingredients that you were putting in it? Like avocado oil
Right.
is really making it feel like this, where I say grapeseed oil. I don't know if people are
Yes.
using grapeseed oil
Yeah,
back then.
that's a great one.
But I love grapeseed. I use
Yes.
it to cook. I use it
Yep.
for my hair. So grapeseed oil or coconut
Yes.
oil, were you kind of recognizing the difference
I was.
that they were all
Yes,
applying to
I know
your hair?
for me, the avocado oil was huge, big help,
Mhm.
especially over the coconut oil, which of course, especially at that time, coconut oil was like everywhere. People were
Yeah.
eating it,
Yeah.
they were, you know,
Lotion
applying
your
it head
skin.
to toe.
Yeah.
But for some people, it's not the best choice.
Right.
And that's one thing I learned with natural hair care is it's all trial and error.
Yeah. Because everyone's hair is different.
It's different.
Right?
Everyone's going to react differently, and your hair gets tired of the same thing.
Yes.
It's good to change it up.
Yeah.
You know, and try different things.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially
different techniques.
in different stages,
Yes,
right? And
yeah.
different
And
lengths.
different seasons.
Yeah, and
as
different
well.
seasons.
Yes.
Yeah. There's so many other things
Mhm.
external factors
Right.
that could
Affect
affect it.
Yes.
Yeah. Tiffany, you heard the question
Yes,
from
I
behind
did.
the
I did.
scenes. What do you think is the benefits, right? Great, good question, girl, good question. What do you think are the benefits to having a product line like this for younger children and women like us nowadays? Is that the question? Did I get it?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I will say first, it is for everybody.
Okay.
So not just women, not just children.
Oh, true. Of
Yes.
course.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
So
My son has thicker hair and different hair from my daughter.
Yes. And
so
actually, a lot of people ask that question. Is this just for women? I also get, is this just for Black people?
Yeah.
Which it's not.
Yeah, because if your curls, there might be something that enhances your curls or your thickness or okay, go ahead, girl.
And also, I'll also say that because it's hair and skin, it's open to everybody.
Okay, so we're doing some of this?
Yes, it's hair, crown to toe.
Yeah, so we come out the shower.
Yes, and you're just straight down.
What are you doing, honey? This is my full routine.
Buttering up.
Buttering up.
You're buttering
up. Hold on, baby. I'm buttering up. Give me a minute, baby. I'm almost ready, baby. Okay, I got you.
So
buttering up.
Yes, and but I do make all the products with black hair and skincare in mind first,
right? Because
oftentimes we are forgotten or we're
not representation and represented. Yes.
And when they do throw it in there, it's usually not done properly. So, but
hence why they started, because there were some there before.
Yes, exactly. But I do think there is the health side, like you mentioned, that's very important. Mm-hmm. But I think it's also knowing that when you're using something that you know isn't harmful, you can feel good about it. You feel good about applying it on your children, about recommending it to other people.
Yeah.
And a big part of this line is to really help people to, what I like to say, uncover their essence. To embrace your natural beauty and to learn how to care for your hair and your skin. Fall more in love with the skin you're in and the kink in your hair.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Because growing up, I did not see that. You know, I would never go to an interview with my hair like this.
Yeah.
You know, it was always slicked back, as small as it could be.
As straight as it could be.
Exactly, you know. And I was like, this is no way for...
Thinking about a cleanse? Let's get into some benefits of dandelion root tea. It's great for supporting liver health, detoxifying and improving its function. It helps reduce inflammation, which we all know is the root cause of many illnesses within the body. This tea has antioxidants and helps lower high cholesterol levels. Note it's a natural diuretic, which means it will flush out excessive fluids from the body. Consult with your herbal and medical team to ensure dandelion root tea is a great fit for your body type. Do something healthy for yourself today and live well. Shop now on blackprint.com.
For me to live, for anybody to live. And so that's what really, motivated and pushed me out of my comfort zone to really start this. And when I used to work with kids and youth, and so when I had little Black girls come to me and be like, oh, I love your hair, and then they started showing up to school and being like, Miss Tiffany, my hair is like yours. And I was like, this is...
You were like, your mom needs to buy my products. Tell mom to bring some money.
I hadn't started that, but I was like, I have to do it.
Yeah, that was your pre-tell right there,
It was like, I have to do this. It was in the works, but I was dragging my feet.
Yeah.
And when that happened, I was like, no, I have to take this seriously, because it is important to have that representation.
Absolutely.
To have products that you can feel great about, that feel good and work.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right about even just kids being influenced by seeing that, right?
Yeah.
There's one thing I do tend to do. Whenever I see a younger Black girl or boy, I do tell them how beautiful they are, right? Because we don't see that representation externally as much. So we've got to embrace them so that they embrace themselves, as you said. Find the essence.
Uncover the essence.
Uncover the essence. Uncover your essence. But you're right. If I come into the class and I see Miss Young at that time, I'm not sure. Okay, Miss Young. Oh, Miss Young, I love your curls. How do I get my curls like that, right?
Yeah.
And then they feel more empowered themselves. Like, yes, mommy, I do want to wear my hair out.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. So you were mentioning that at that time you were teaching. So are you no longer working full time?
This is
the
my
full time?
Yes. Yeah, thank you.
That
thank
transition
you.
is always positive.
Yes, yes.
So
A little
how
scary, but very
Yes.
positive and exciting.
Okay, so were you taking a break, or when did you decide I'm going all in, full time?
So my plan was
Yeah.
actually, so I started the business a year and a half ago, but 4 years ago I had planned to start when
Okay.
I was on maternity leave with my first child.
Right.
So while I was pregnant, I was
Oh,
like,
that's
okay,
almost
we're gonna,
funny.
Yes.
That's almost
you
funny.
know, we're gonna
You
do
tried-
this.
You're very ambitious.
Yes. So delivery did not go quite as planned. So
yeah.
recovery was longer,
Yeah.
and business idea just, of course, went to the back burner.
You have to get back to yourself,
Yes.
and you're
Yeah.
learning how to be a mom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you're still
So-
learning how to get back to yourself.
Yes.
Or you're learning the new part of you.
Yes,
Right? 'Cause
yes.
it's not necessarily getting back to
Right,
something.
yes, yeah. And so before I knew it, I'm back to work, you know.
Yeah.
So went back to work 2 years later, you know. Well,
And that's when you were teaching?
so I ran an after-school program.
Okay.
And then I transitioned into youth outreach worker.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So then I was
both very
pregnant.
fulfilling jobs.
Yes.
To leave to do your
It was a
own
hard
thing.
decision.
Yeah.
Very hard decision. And I loved my kids and the youth, and you know, so it was really, really tough. But I felt, you know what, this is my passion, and I can still impact the community through my business,
Absolutely.
right? So then when we got pregnant with our second, I was like, okay, this is gonna happen this time. So
Yeah.
I did the 18 months instead.
Okay.
Give
Give you
myself
more
a 6-month buffer.
So if you want to start a business, just have a baby, and then you have 18 months. Like, you better figure it out in the first 6 months,
Yes.
right? You got 18 months.
So yes, thankfully, delivery went a lot smoother, recovery was faster. So,
Good.
you know, I took the first 3 to 6 months to, you know, like you said, adjust to your new normal.
Right.
And,
right. And now you have 2 babies.
2 babies.
And how
yes.
far
They're 2
apart?
years apart.
Are your kids? Oh no, they're just
no, they're
on
not.
there.
No.
Yeah.
This was before, you know.
I was gonna say, what's happening?
But if you
We
go to our
rebranded.
social media pages,
Okay.
you will see my babies. my
Okay.
beautiful
Okay.
babies.
So we don't know these people. This is just some.
This is
stock
yeah.
images.
This is initial before you even know how to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. This is still good. This is still good. Yes.
So,
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, we are going to make a new one and have that updated. But yeah, so I was like, okay, this is the time. I'm going to start,
Yeah.
see how it goes.
Yeah.
At least I have a little cushion, a little extra coming in.
Yes.
And took the next year and just went all in. And then I was supposed to return to work in February of this year.
This 2022.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
So you just had the baby?
So she's 2.
Okay.
However, because I had her in April 2020, so
Yeah.
full on lockdown.
Yes.
The first one, you know, everybody
Yeah.
feels the world is ending.
Yeah.
I
Not me. I was like, you guys can stay at home.
I actually continued to work my regular job.
Okay. Yeah.
Because,
Oh, so did I. I worked
you
from
know,
home.
so
yeah.
it was reduced hours.
Yeah.
Or like reduced workload because most of my interactions were in person, and it now
Okay.
got all moved on to online.
Yeah.
So she was born in April. I actually didn't start maternity leave until August. So I worked
How?
April to August from home.
Not how. Why?
Well, we looked at it as, and I say we, my husband, I can collect a full paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, I told my work I would continue to work, but if it became too much, I
And you
would,
would-
you know, give them like, you know, a couple of weeks notice and
Yeah.
kind of transition out.
Yeah.
They were fully supportive of that. And so I was able to, you know, collect my full paycheck
Yeah.
with a reduced workload, so I was
Okay.
able to manage it.
Yeah.
And then come August, I was like, okay, I'm ready to, you know, start my
Yeah.
maternity leave. So from August, I started my 18-month
Oh,
term.
okay. So you were gonna go back. Well, August. That was 2020.
That would have been August 2020.
Okay.
So then a year and a half from that takes you to February
of 2022. Oh wow.
Yes.
And when did you
So-
start the business?
December 2020.
You were like, I'm gonna work. We could say this now.
Yes,
And
yes.
I just figured out the strategy.
Yes.
What really the conversation between your husband and you were
Yes.
like, hey, listen, so they're locking down the world.
Yes.
Keep collecting that money, girl.
Exactly.
And from now to this will give us
Yes.
this amount of capital to get
Exactly.
started.
Yes.
And did you have family help to help you with
No,
the baby?
no.
So how
Or
old
family
was-
help. So,
Like,
at
at
that
home?
time,
Yeah.
my family is here,
Okay.
but we weren't technically allowed
Oh yeah, to be
visit. And
together,
Nova
right?
Scotia was very strict
Okay.
with our COVID
Okay,
rules.
so they saw you on the
And-
road.
yes, and like
okay.
people on our street were calling the police on
Oh,
neighbors,
Lord.
and stuff, so we had to be
So you
very
moved.
careful. So, you know, so
Good.
thankfully I was able to have my grandmother come and stay with us,
Okay.
like in the beginning.
Yeah.
we had to call the police and let them know she was coming. 'Cause
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, you know,
Yeah.
so I don't need any stress with that.
Yeah. And how, sorry, I didn't mean to cut
Yeah,
you.
no.
How, what's the age difference?
2
between
years, almost to the
Oh.
day. She was born the day before her brother's second
The
birthday.
day before?
Yeah.
Oh, are they similar or are they not similar?
They're complete opposites, but best friends.
Oh, that's good.
Yes,
That's good.
yes.
That's good.
So
Okay, so you had grandma come in to help
Yes.
with the babies,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And does hubby work from home?
He did at that time. Yes,
Okay,
he was
okay.
working from home.
Yeah, so you got a full house.
Yes, so full house, and then, you know, things opened up a little bit here and there every now and again, but we
Yeah.
kept it pretty tight.
Yeah.
We had a newborn still, and we weren't sure what was really happening. So
Right.
we kept our bubble, even though you could open up a little
Yeah.
bit. And then, started, so August I stopped working and
Yeah.
started my maternity leave.
Yeah.
Of course, you still have the kids and, you know,
Yeah,
all
you're
of
still,
that.
you're still doing things in the house,
Yes.
right? And they're not in any program because they're
No.
two. So
Yes, yeah.
you have to play or you have to engage
Exactly.
or you're doing
Yes.
the reading, everything.
You still have to
that-
cook and clean
You still have to be
and all
mom.
of those things,
You still
right?
be mom,
So-
wife, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So we're doing all of that, and I would use my evenings and just really plug away at the business.
Did you
and-
have the formulas as yet? I don't know. We're going to look at the product line
Yes.
in a bit.
Yep.
But did you have the formulas or were you still experimenting?
I pretty much had them. Some things, as you'll see when we go over it, they are individual ingredients as well.
Okay.
So one thing that happened with COVID was I originally had envisioned opening a store
Okay.
with, like, you know, lots of different things, but then
Yeah.
I actually looked at spaces to lease 2 weeks before the first lockdown.
Ooh.
Thankfully,
So
I
did
didn't
the-
sign.
yeah.
You know, it was
You
a
didn't,
blessing
yeah.
in disguise.
Yeah.
So of course, like every other business, we had to pivot
Yeah.
and really decided, oh, you know what? Let's focus on distribution and have other retailers and other locations carry our product.
Yeah.
We don't have to have that overhead cost of a store and the
Absolutely.
upkeep and all of that.
Yeah.
So we made that switch. I also, because I was like, okay, now if I'm going to start this, I have to start it from my home.
Yeah.
And so I had to scale back on everything I wanted to bring out because I only have so much space, so much
Yeah.
capacity in the home.
Yeah. And plus, we're always, I interviewed somebody before and I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was food.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, you're like, 20 different
Yes,
products,
yeah.
right? But then, and if you actually think about it, you kind of need to get down
Yes.
to like, what's your MVP
Exactly.
first, and then you
Yes.
can kind of
Yes.
slowly start to scale
Yes.
or try different,
Exactly.
bring out new product lines. Yeah.
And what I chose to do too was I looked at it as we're not only offering products, we're offering education. It's
Right.
one thing to have the right products, but if you don't know how to use them or
Yeah.
why you should use them, it's going to sit on your shelf.
Yeah.
So I chose to kind of scale it back a little bit.
Yeah.
So some things are simply individual ingredients. I work
Okay.
with a wholesaler, break those down. I package, bottle everything myself.
Right. Even up to today.
Even up till today.
Ooh,
yes.
girl.
Yeah.
So then no wonder it's a full-time job,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, so because of that, and then so the focus was we're going to also teach people about these ingredients,
Yeah.
why you should be using them.
Yeah.
I give people
The benefits of
yes,
these ingredients.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then I do free consultations as
Okay.
well. So, you know, I help people figure out what challenges they're dealing with and
Yeah.
what could help.
Okay.
And then for some people, they also want to make their own stuff. So
Right.
I help them like, okay, this is what this is good for. Mixing these things together would be great.
She's a formulator, she's a
yes.
teacher. Yes.
So, you know, so it gives people that option to take control of their hair and skincare routines and
Yeah.
their products themselves, and they can customize it and tailor it to their individual needs.
Yeah, that's
So-
good. That's really good.
And then as it grows, we're continuing to bring out more formulated products as well.
Right.
Our shampoo line is dropping next month. So
Nice, nice.
Yes,
Shampoo and
yes.
conditioner?
Shampoo, 2 shampoos, conditioner, and a leave-in.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yes.
send me a free sample.
Yes,
girl.
yes,
Do a
we'll
couple
do, we'll
videos.
do.
Right.
All right.
So let's talk about challenges.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges you had over the past 2 years?
Definitely getting out of my own way. Thus,
That is the
that is
hardest one. I haven't
my
figured
number
that
one.
out.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, give us. This is you teaching me. Okay, I need this. I need this.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
signing up for your course, girl. Okay. Why do we go through this as entrepreneurs? Okay, what does getting out of your own way mean for everyone that doesn't
Right.
know?
Yes.
What does that actually mean?
Well, considering, you know, that I had this idea,
Yeah.
what,
Years
6,
ago.
7 years ago, and I've been in business like just over a year and a half.
Right.
You know, I was in my way for a long time.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
getting started.
Yes,
Okay.
I put it off like I don't know anything about business. my background has nothing to do with business, has nothing to do with
That has never stopped,
you know,
a lot of people from
Yes.
getting into multiple and
Yeah.
like tons of different industries.
It's true.
Right?
I was somebody
this is psychological.
Yes, which is what I studied. You know, I was a very self-conscious person. I was a people pleaser, you
Yeah.
know, always putting everybody else's needs and wants before my own.
Yeah.
And also, I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
How
many siblings?
I'm the oldest of 10 within a blended
Girl.
family. Yeah.
That was not people.
I don't even want to say what that was. That was not people pleasing.
That was the
Yes,
oldest
the
always
oldest.
has it like the hardest because you have to help mom and dad with everything.
Yeah. And I'm the first to go. My mom did go to university, but she didn't finish.
Okay.
So I'm like the first to like
finish.
go and finish. And I thought I had it figured out and knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I was like
At
this
the prime
but
age of what, 22?
You know,
Girl, please.
and
Yeah.
but meanwhile I'm like going like this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I really didn't have that time. I didn't take that time to figure out who I was and what I really wanted. I moved around a lot, from primary to grade 12, I was in 13 different schools. I didn't have that like root system of friends and,
Is it because you were a badass in like school? Because when you move around from schools like that, tell the truth, you were getting kicked out.
No, we just moved a lot for work. So
Okay.
we started out in one area, then I did live in New Brunswick for 4 years, then we moved back, and then because of my parents' job, my stepdad's job, we moved. And then my last years of school were kind of like permanent. Yeah, I did like grade 8 to grade 12 in the same area.
Okay.
I was personally excited because I was no longer going to be the only black student in school.
Right.
However, it was a very close-knit community, and
Yeah.
so I was still like
Kind of like on the outsider, yeah.
And so I didn't enjoy school, and so I was just like, I'm also, again,
Now you're
the house is full, I'm looking to just get out on my own.
So I was gonna say, does this make you kind of introverted in this scenario? Or
Right.
does it not because you have so many siblings?
I was very introvert.
Yeah.
I kind of am that person that stands in the background and I observe a lot. If you approach me and talk to me, I can talk comfortably, but to say, hey, I'm the new girl, Tiffany.
Yeah,
No way.
that's a lot of pressure.
No way.
I think you just solved all my psychological problems. I think you just solved it. I was listening to you talking, I was like, wait,
Achieve irresistibly soft and hydrated skin with a Honam sugar scrub. Whether it's lemon, turmeric, or lime, polish away dead, dull, dry skin, lift dirt, and stimulate a natural, healthy glow. Then simply moisturize with Honam shea butter to reduce blemishes and marks. Love your Honam. Shop blackprint.com.
That sounds a little like me.
Yes.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
I think I know why I can be introverted at times.
Yes.
it is the moving around, it is the trying to integrate into something that's already baked.
Yes.
Right? That's
Yes.
a very, very uncomfortable situation
Right.
to be in.
Yeah.
And at a young age, we're still learning us, but then learning how to speak up and
Right.
speak out.
Yeah.
And then there's the
stand out
immature
and
stuff that goes on in schools, right?
And now you don't mind standing out and kind of, yes, let me take up space, but as a teen, that's
Yeah.
like the last thing
But
you want to do.
even as an adult, some of us are learning how to take up
Yes,
space.
exactly.
Okay, so let's get back to getting out of your own way, because you decide something. Do you need to get out of your own way as the business starts? Or are you already like, hey, I've arrived?
I would say I'm still learning.
Okay. You're doing a good job.
Thank you. Thank you. I do have a great support system, which helps.
Yeah.
So I still have my moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, do I really need to do this? Can I do this? I don't think I can do this,
And is that the conversation you have in your head?
Yes.
Sounds very similar to the conversation I have in my head. If our two heads were talking to each other, we'd be okay.
Like I'll say to my husband, like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. And he's like, why? Like, you talk about this stuff every day.
Yeah.
Why would you be nervous to go stand in front of a room of people to talk about it? And I'm like, it's that feeling of everybody's judging you. Everybody's watching your every move,
Get out of my head, please.
Yes. So with practice and by doing it more, you get more comfortable. You know, I recently did a pitch competition.
I watched that. I've watched that. You were very good.
Thank
All
you.
of the ladies were really good.
Yes, everybody was excellent.
I actually have a question from that.
Yes.
So you do the pitch contest.
Yes.
Do you now become closer with some of the women that were there because you guys are in the course together?
Right.
From
Yes.
Black Women of Excellence.
Yes.
Black Women in Excellence. Yes.
So funny enough, I haven't gone through one of her cohorts,
Okay.
but I've known Tia since I was young.
Okay.
And I actually didn't know about Black Women in Excellence when I started the business. This partnership kind of came about after the fact.
Okay.
But I've definitely learned from her, and she's been a great supporter,
Yeah,
and
she's
I
great.
love everything that she's doing.
Yeah.
And with the pitch competition, some of the women I knew already and
Okay.
had a great relationship with, and others I was meeting for the first time.
Good.
And that was one of the best experiences, was just being in a room with
Yeah.
other Black women who understood your experience, and you
Yeah.
could be yourself.
Yeah.
And, you know, it felt like when I was in university and I found my people,
Yeah.
you know, it was
Yeah.
that moment, but in the business sense.
Yeah. And it's your sister. It's like a sisterhood,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So
And as much as we were competitors, we
Yeah.
were all cheering each other
Yeah.
on, and it was kind of like, if one of us wins,
we all win.
you know.
And every single pitch was amazing.
Yes.
Every
Everybody's
single
idea
pitch.
is, and what they've started is great, but the ideas of where they're going
Yes.
is amazing. And I was like, I watched them and I'm like, this could be, and this is anybody's, you
Yeah.
know, to win. And
Yeah.
I was like, the judges have a very
Challenging time, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And the runner-up were actually, you know, friends.
It was Wumi,
and-
wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she
I love Wumi.
she made my dress that I wore the night I won the award
Oh,
for
nice.
the Business of the Year. So,
Nice.
you know, it was really nice to win with her.
Yes.
But
We
it
were at
would
her
have
house
been-
yesterday.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. But it would have been amazing to win with anybody, because
Yes.
they're all amazing, and we don't get to see that, you
Yeah.
know? The media doesn't shine that spotlight.
That's why
on,
we're here,
you know?
baby.
Yes.
That's why we're
So,
here.
yes.
The media's arrived. Yes. We're shining the light on you, girl.
Thank you.
Okay, so getting out of your way.
Mm-hmm.
That was your biggest challenge?
Yeah, that was, I would say, my biggest personal challenge.
What about business
So
challenge?
business-wise, it was completely new to me. You
Yeah.
know, it was a lot to learn, and kind of at one time, it felt like a lot was coming at me. I didn't take out a loan.
Yeah.
You know, funded it myself, my husband and I.
Yeah. Did you get any grants or anything like?
So we did eventually, but
Yeah.
not to start.
Yeah. Even that.
Mhm.
Was it a grant or was it a loan? You said you didn't take out any loans.
I didn't take out any loans.
Yeah, but you got a grant.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes it's even so hard to get a grant.
Yes, it is. It's hard to know where the grants are.
Yeah, you gotta
what
look.
they are. Then
Yeah.
to apply is hard, because
Yeah.
sometimes these applications, you're
Yeah.
like, is this worth it?
Yeah.
You know, it can be tough. And then, you know, and then again, sometimes it feels like it goes to the same people over
Yeah.
and over, you know?
Yeah.
And then other times it's just, you know, the competition was just, you know, tough.
Yeah.
We didn't get grants right away in the beginning. That came later on.
Yeah.
And I have to give credit to my husband for that, because
Congratulations.
he did work in a space previously that did help small businesses
Okay.
and Black businesses. So he at least had the knowledge of there are grants out there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're in a situation where you don't even know these things exist.
Yeah, and
right?
sometimes the grants can be provincial.
Yes.
Or they can
Or
just be
federal,
federal.
or-
Yeah,
exactly.
so it's also
Yes.
knowing which ones to apply to.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Yes.
there's a lot out there right now. I know I think yesterday or the day before, I was just basically sitting down looking for
Right,
grants.
yes.
But there's a lot for like nonprofits, so you
Yes.
kind of have to find where you fit
where
in.
you fit,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then even within that, you may find one that you fit overall, but it's like you have to be in business for this amount of time.
Yeah, or you need to have an
Or
employee. Yeah, there's
and-
different
yes,
stipulations
exactly.
to it.
So,
Yeah.
and sometimes looking for grants and grant writing is a full-time job on
Yes.
its own,
Yeah.
right?
It's so I've actually taken some or I've sat in sessions where there's people that facilitate or organizations that
Yes.
facilitate how to write your grants,
Right.
or even just keeping a log of like the things that you've entered in before
Right,
that you
exactly.
can kind of pick
Pull from.
and exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say is something that you've learned a while ago or throughout this process that you could apply now? Is that the right question, Shantiana? I know she gave me a good one. I'm saying it all wrong, but
It's
kind of.
Behind the scenes. We have another reporter behind the scenes. Go ahead, baby.
It's what was one thing, I think you said it right, what was one thing that you know now that would have helped you in the beginning?
I'm going to say it for the camera.
Yes.
What was one thing that you know now that would have helped you in the beginning?
That's a really good one.
I came up with that one.
Yes. I think something I know now.
Stumped her.
Yeah, you did stump me
Yeah.
on that one. I think that, okay, it doesn't have to be perfect before you do it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect.
That's a hard one
Yeah.
because some of us or some people tend to be perfectionists.
Yes, yeah.
And that's just like another means of procrastination,
yes,
right?
Definitely,
Yeah, kind of hold
definitely,
yourself
yeah.
back, yeah.
You know, I think one thing that I've told people that I've learned from this process is know your brand, like know what your purpose is.
Yeah.
Because when you know that I think that's the one piece that I would say, try and get as close to perfect as possible. And it will change as you go through
grow,
experiences and grow. But when you know what your purpose is for your business or for what you're doing, it will help guide you and help you to make decisions.
Yeah.
You don't need to say yes to everything, to every opportunity. If it doesn't align with your purpose and your values, it's okay to say no.
And even with your bandwidth.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Do I have the capacity? Am I mentally ready for this? You know, am I emotionally ready for it? And so I would say, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect before you start.
Right.
You know, do quality work, but you don't have to have all your ducks in a row.
Oh, why don't you tell me before I come back for the second trip, girl?
So,
the second
you know.
trip to perfect it. Yes.
So because sometimes you'll spend so much time perfecting, and then you put your head up and you're like, where has the time gone?
Yeah,
You know?
it flies.
So,
So you have to kind of just take advantage of it.
Yes.
And as you learn, things will improve.
Yes, learn
right?
as you go. We should be open to learning all the time.
Absolutely.
What you know now is not going to carry you all the way through.
It's
you have
true.
to learn new
Oh,
things.
look at you just teaching, dropping gems. Okay, I have one more question, then we're
Yes.
going to get into the product. With the way the economy is now, things are more expensive. Are you finding it challenging to get your raw materials here, like how it was before?
Right.
Yeah. Is it becoming more challenging?
I would say a little bit.
Yeah.
I think for me, the supply chain issue is a little bit more of a challenge, more so than the financial.
So it's more like delays?
Delays and just having no idea when things are going to be back in stock. Specifically for me, the biggest one is my packaging, like the containers.
Yeah.
So that is a big challenge. And of course, you know, we did have to adjust our pricing. And, you know, again,
But
everybody
has,
did, you know. And so, of course, that does have an impact. And it makes it hard sometimes. Like, sometimes I'm like, before I hit that submit button on, you know, orders, I'm like, oh, am I really about to send that, you know? But, you know, if I want to keep going, I got to figure out a way. And, you know, as it grows, I do have ideas and ways that I, you know, will be able to reduce some of the cost. But you also have to grow your business to a certain point to be able, you know, because if I'm ready to order 20,000 units of one size of bottle, oh yeah, I can get things a lot cheaper, but I'm not ready to 20,000
We're not there yet.
You know?
Well, yes, it's coming.
It's coming, but it's not there yet. So you look at it and you're like, okay, this is for a season. It's not going to be like this forever. So.
Well, why don't we take a break here and then we will come back by looking into some of your products.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Okay, so what are these the butters?
So anything that has a navy blue label is a butter.
Okay.
So this one here is our lemon, which I do have the tester there for you.
Okay.
This is our aloe vera gel. It's alcohol free. Many people know aloe vera gel for its skin benefits. It has amazing hair benefits.
Okay.
It's very hydrating. That's what I have in my curls.
Oh, very nice.
I apply it when your hair is wet.
Would you say that it's a sealer?
It's not a sealer.
It's not a sealer.
It's meant for hydrating and moisture. So it'll help to define your curls, reduce frizz, and add a lot of hydration.
And did you bring any of this one to sample? I actually just want to feel the consistency.
Yeah, definitely.
Sort of like, is it what you would recommend for someone with locks?
So So it depends on the person, because with locks, I've never had them.
Right.
So, but I've gotten different feedback from different people. Like some people with locks are like, oh, I use oils. Others are like, oh no, I don't use oils at all.
Okay. Yeah.
I personally feel it would be something that is safe
Yes,
to
of
use
course, of
for
course,
it.
yeah.
It's not going to unravel them or anything
Girl,
like that.
it's locked
So,
up.
yes,
It's locked
yeah.
up. I mean,
So-
but I mean, I hear what you're saying in
Yes.
regards to like if you're just newly locked.
Locking.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Okay. Okay. So
yes.
you gave me a lemon butter
Yes.
sample on the back here.
Yes. Give it a
Nice.
smell first.
So what made you go with lemon butter? Oh, that smells so good. I love. This is lemongrass, right?
And lemon essential oil.
Oh, lemon
Yes.
essential oil.
Yes.
Oh, I love the
Yes.
consistency. Can I take
Yes,
some?
please do.
And this is for my skin.
So you can use it. It's great as a body butter, but you actually can use it on
Yeah,
your
this
hair.
is head to toe or
Yes,
head to
yeah,
foot.
exactly. So depending on your hair texture, everything here is hair to toe or crown to toe, as I like to say.
Oh, that
Um,
smells great.
It reminds me of my grandmother's lemon meringue pie.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
really fresh.
Yes, yes.
And
Very
light.
refreshing and yes.
And
Not
my mouth is
overpowering.
watering. Yeah. Okay.
yes.
Okay, what else you got, girl?
So then the lighter orange is all of our carrier oils.
Okay.
What
What does that mean?
So that is oils that you can apply directly. You don't
Okay.
have to dilute them. So with essential oils, you do need to dilute them. You
Yeah.
can't apply them directly to the skin.
Okay, yeah.
Typically, you would use the essential oils and add them to a carrier oil.
Okay.
So these are oils that carry the essential oil.
So what
basically.
are your carrier oils?
So I don't have all of them here,
That's okay.
but what is here is our sweet almond, flaxseed.
I love flaxseed.
Yes, great. And our
Wait,
jojoba.
do you strain that flaxseed? Because it always has, it also has a more stickier consistency.
So yes, so I can, if you want to feel some, or a little. So
Come on,
there's
grab
no
it.
stickiness. It
Oh,
isn't-
it's light.
Yes, it is very light. Not the lightest weight.
Wait.
That would be grapeseed.
Yeah, oh yeah, because
So-
it does have a thicker, it has, okay, so it
Yes.
drips lighter than I was expecting.
Yes.
But I can feel the thickerness
Yes,
to it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Not as thick as a castor oil.
Yeah.
But not as light as a grapeseed.
And is it pure?
It is.
Yeah, 'cause there's no scent.
So we do not add.
I wanna put it in my scalp.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
We do not add any artificial fragrances or
Yeah.
perfumes. So people are usually surprised that the majority of the line is actually unscented.
Okay.
So if you do really love scent, you can always add the essential oils
To it. Right.
and customize it and make it your favorite scent.
I like that. I like that it didn't have anything to it. And this is probably really good in the winter because the texture is a little thicker.
Exactly.
So this I feel like will keep.
Yes.
So is this for your skin or your hair or both?
Both.
This will be really good on your
You're
skin.
getting more bang for your buck.
Yeah,
With-
yeah. You did
with
say,
natural butter.
hey baby, give me a
Yes,
minute.
yes.
What do you call it?
You butter yourself up.
Butter myself up, baby.
Yes.
Give me a minute. Okay, I love that. All right, so what is this line?
So then these are our larger sizes. So
Okay,
right
so
now we
smaller,
carry
larger.
everything in 4 ounce, 8 ounce. There are some larger sizes coming.
Start your morning with a delicious, gentle, natural cleanse. Encourage movement, release gas, and remove toxins as you revive your body for the day. Looking to release water weight and kickstart a healthier journey? Try botanically blended Gentle Ease Digestive Tea. Shop now on blackprint.com.
Okay.
Especially for the aloe vera gel, people love that. It's a great detangler also.
Okay.
And then here we have our African black soap.
Okay.
So this
Can
is
I
the one.
pick one of
Yes,
those up?
please do.
Oh,
This
grab
is the one thing that I do import and that I don't make myself.
Okay.
Reason being is the true way to make it. You know, you roast plantain skins and use the ash. Not ready to quite manufacture that in my basement yet.
I don't think you can do it in the basement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
yeah, you'll get shut down.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, however, it is such an amazing product.
This is a big block of soap.
It is.
What is this approximately retail?
It's $9.99 plus tax.
Oh, that's not bad. And
Yeah.
how long would you say someone showering twice a day this would
Right.
last?
So my family of 4.
Twice a day. Twice a
My
day.
family of 4.
Yeah.
That lasts us a good like 2.5 weeks. I
Okay.
would say, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So one person, this would be pretty good for
Yes,
them.
yeah. And if
Does
you're
this
in
have a scent or no?
You can smell through the plastic. It's a light
Oh.
scent.
Yeah, it's
so,
very light.
Yeah, so it's 4 ingredients: shea butter, palm oil, plantain skins, and cocoa pods.
Okay.
Because there are black soaps out there that do have perfumes and additives to it.
Yeah.
So you do have to be mindful and read the ingredients.
Yeah.
And when you're in a pinch, you can actually use it as shampoo as well.
what would you say is the most expensive product line that you have?
Our jojoba and sweet almond.
That's
These
this one?
two here.
Okay, is that the size or that's the product?
The product.
Okay.
So for our 4 ounce for those, they are $19.99.
Okay.
And the 8 ounce, which is these sizes, is $28.99.
I want to smell that. Can I
Yes,
smell
please.
that? Sweet almond, and that's natural?
Natural.
What makes it,
Pure.
what makes it? Oh.
So it's oil that's cold pressed from almonds.
Oh.
So that's what gives it that sweetness. So it's just the type of almond.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What type of almond is sweet almond? I never ate a sweet almond. Okay, I've heard it before, but
Yes,
I'm like,
yes.
what makes it sweet?
So yeah, so that,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, so what is coming up next for Butter Bar? Natural Butter Bar. Yeah.
So we will be
You said
launching our shampoo line. So
Right.
it'll be 2 shampoos, a conditioner, and a leave-in conditioner.
Nice.
That's coming out next month.
Right.
We'll also be introducing a couple lotion bars as well.
Okay.
So it'll
Lotion bars?
Lotion bars.
So you can take a piece of the bar.
So you actually will use the bar itself. It'll
Yeah.
be something almost like picking up a bar of soap.
Yeah.
And you can use it 2 ways, either rub it on your palms and then apply it, or you can just take the bar itself.
The
and
whole
apply
bar?
it. Yep.
And just butter
just
up literally?
butter
Give me
yourself
that
up.
one to do a commercial.
Yes, yes. And it's gonna be, the 2 I'm coming out with
Yes.
is our cocoa lotion bar, so it's gonna smell like chocolate.
Nice.
And cocoa. So
What's
that
cocoa?
one is unscented.
Okay.
Yes, so, but it has a lot of great skin benefits in particular.
Yeah.
Really penetrates the layers, helps to reduce dryness, and evens out complexion as well.
Okay, oh wait, it's not changing our complexion.
No. But like with hyperpigmentation, it
Okay.
can help to reduce that. Yes.
So I have eczema. I'm really sensitive around this area.
Right.
Since August, it's just very, very dry.
Right.
What would you, is there anything specific that you would recommend?
Yes, definitely. With eczema in particular, if you are, I have it as well.
Okay.
So if you are someone who has flare-ups where the skin gets really raw
Yeah.
and rough, our aloe vera gel is really great at soothing that.
Okay.
You don't have to store it in the fridge, but it
Okay.
feels so good when you have those really hard patches.
Yeah.
Pop it in the fridge.
But
after
what
your
about on
shower,
the
apply.
face? Because there's different parts, because
Yes.
you might get it here. So I don't,
Exactly.
as an adult, I don't tend to get it in these
Right.
areas or the areas that might be more damp or less exposed.
Yes.
I tend to get it on my face,
Right.
just like right here.
Yes. The great thing with the aloe vera gel, you can apply it to the face. It's
Yeah.
extremely lightweit. It absorbs quickly. It doesn't leave that sticky, tacky feeling.
Right,
And
right.
because it's alcohol-free, it's not drying to the skin like many aloe vera gels
Okay.
are. The other great benefit with it is that you can layer other products on top. So
Okay.
the other products that are great for eczema, when it comes to butters, that would
Yeah.
be our oat butter, cranberry, or pumpkin
Wait,
seed.
how many scents do you have?
So I have over 40 products currently.
But how many, not products in total, but how many scents do you like? Because you have 40 products, but that also includes like the essential oils
Yes, so
and the
I have,
soaps.
so okay, I have 8 essential oils,
Yeah.
1 soap.
This is if you know your product, people. This is like a quiz. Go, girl, go. Let's see.
So 8 essential oils, 1 soap.
Yeah.
There are 9
So
9 or 10 oils, like carrier
Okay.
oils.
Oh, like- oh, these,
and
right?
Yes, and then the rest are butters.
Okay.
And the aloe vera gel, and then 1 aloe vera gel. And the rest are different types of butters.
Okay, okay.
So-
That must have taken a lot of time to come up with all those different. Why so many?
So we want to be a one-stop shop for all your hair and skincare needs. So that means, everybody's needs are different.
Yeah.
There's a broad range of challenges that people face. And
Right.
not every, like we said earlier, what works for you may
Might
not work for
somebody
me.
else.
So there are,
This is cool.
which is why I also do the consultations, is
Right.
because it can be yes, please do. It can be difficult trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
I've taken the time to research and have chosen things that, have proven that they can work and are effective. And so because of that, that's why I have so many. So for example, like you said, if you have eczema,
Yeah.
you have three different butters. We have an oil and the aloe vera gel that you could choose from.
Right.
Because you can go out and buy one product and try it. It may not work for you, but
Yeah.
maybe the second one will
Might work for you,
So,
right?
so-
And I notice you don't whip yours. It's
No.
yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
a lot of shea butters, they tend to be whipped.
Yes,
But it
yes.
even looks so. Don't tell us your trade secrets. Wow, it looks so different.
Yes, yes. We will be adding some whipped ones down the line. Whipped butters are a bit more labor intensive, and right now I'm one person.
Yeah, well, you're doing a lot for one person.
So as we grow, I was able to hire a staff this year.
Awesome.
I've had her for the last 2 months, and it's been a huge help.
So she'll be whipping the
yeah, I'm gonna give the whipping to her. And I just want to go back for 1 second.
Sure, of course.
With our shampoo line, we did get some grant money for that, and
Awesome.
it's actually been tested by Dalhousie University.
Nice.
So even our preservative is plant-based, and we were able to test it to extend the shelf life of our
That is
products.
awesome. That is awesome. Well, girl, I have to try that when it's ready.
Yes,
right?
very soon.
Yes, this is great. I know we're wrapping up.
Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to share? I got a question
All
for you.
right, yes.
If you can give a tip to someone who's new at
Yes.
or they're wanting to become an entrepreneur, what is that tip that you would give them that you haven't already said today?
Ask all the questions.
Okay.
And with that, ask questions to people who are doing something that you also want to do.
So ask even from your competitors.
You know, they may shut you down, they may not tell you, but in the experience that I've had is I've gone to my competitors and they've gladly shared information.
that.
They've shared where they get their packaging, where they print their labels, and you know, that may not be what you go with, but you at least have a starting point and a reference point.
And for really your competitors, I can see, are Black women, right? Or Black men, right? They're from the community.
Yes.
But it's great because when we win, one of us wins, we all win.
Yes,
So it looks like we're done. Wrapping it up. Looks like we are getting the call to get on out.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. This has been a great experience and a great interview. I love that you have so much to select from.
Yes.
So I'll definitely be purchasing from you and definitely trying different ones.
Yes.
But everybody else, you really got to give this a try if you haven't already. Where can people find you?
People can find us, and you can order through naturalbutterbar.com, and then on all of our socials, Instagram at naturalbutterbar. We're now on TikTok, Facebook.
So we'll start following each other.
Yes. Facebook, Twitter, and I just.
Are you tweeting? What are you tweeting about?
You know, pretty much what's on my Instagram goes on my Twitter right now.
Okay.
And then I also recently put out my very first YouTube tutorial.
Okay, good. So we'll follow you there too.
Yes,
and this will be on YouTube.
Yes.
So stay tuned for our next episode. This one will be launching very, very soon on the Blackprint channel. And today, guys, we thank you for joining another episode of Voices and Vibes with Natural Butter Bar.
Natural Butter Bar.
With Natural Butter Bar. Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you, Shereen, for having me.
Thank you.